What's the time? No! I'm going to be late, I'm going to be late, I'm going to be late. What are we going to do? I'm in bed, I'm in my favourite place. Look, it's National Bed Month. I'm going back to bed. Roll the titles. Hello there, welcome back to Monday Morning Shine, and it is National Bed Month. Fantastic. We've waited years, haven't we, to have a National Bed Month. It's fantastic. Hopefully that's an excuse to spend longer in it. But we have to make sure first that our bed is right and correct. Is it too lumpy and bumpy? Is it too hard? Is it too soft? Well, to get some of the answers, hopefully, to those questions is Jessica Alexander, who's from the Sleep Council. See, I'm so asleep, I didn't even know where you were from, Jessica. Thanks for joining us this morning.
It's a pleasure.
Our bed, I suppose, is very important. We do spend a long time in it, don't we?
Absolutely.
For me, as long as possible, of course. But it has to be comfortable, it has to be right for your requirements. I guess they change over the years as well, don't they?
They do, absolutely. On average, we should aim to keep our beds around 8 to 10 years. And over that period of time, not only is the bed getting a lot of usage and therefore will deteriorate.
Yes, yeah,
with
as anything
use.
else. And I guess it sits there in the bedroom. We kind of take it for granted. Yes, we change the sheets. Yes, we might buy a new duvet set every now and again, but that's more for cosmetic reasons, really, isn't it? But actually, underneath all of that needs taking care of.
That's right, and what most of us do is actually wait until we're physically uncomfortable before we go, God, we really need a new bed, don't we? So by that stage, you've already been sleeping uncomfortably.
Yeah.
You've already lost sleep quality, which will be affecting your health and well-being. So you need to think about replacement before it gets to that stage.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are familiar with, you hear that dreaded noise in the middle of the night as dung, as something goes, and then you turn the mattress round, you live with it for a bit longer, don't you? You turn it over, you turn it round, but at the end of the day, particularly if you're sleeping on your side, you've got all of the pressure going directly onto your bones, haven't you, almost, and you can feel every lump and bump. 8 to 10 years actually is quite a long time, really, isn't it, in between changing
It is,
your
and
bed?
it's just a guide. It is just a guideline figure because obviously how long the bed lasts depends on usage, but also the quality of the bed in the first place. A very inexpensive bed wouldn't even last 8 years probably, or mattress wouldn't last that long. So it is a guideline, and we evolved a number of years ago something we call the Bed MOT.
Which is a great idea, isn't it? Literally in the same way as you would, hopefully it would be nice if it was 8 to 10 years for a car, wouldn't it? But along the same kind of lines. Tell us more about that.
That's right. The idea really is that after about 5 years, you take the opportunity once a year, maybe in the spring during National Bed Month, when you're spring cleaning and
good time,
sort of stripping the bed right back down and having a good look at it and see what state it's in, and are there any lumps and bumps? Has it got hollows in the middle? That sort of, are there any sort of component parts torn or broken or damaged in any way? But it's also taking a little bit of time to just think about it from your own perspective as well. Are you sleeping as comfortably as you did a year ago? have you had a better night's sleep somewhere else when you're away, for instance?
You do often, don't you? You do wonder sometimes in a hotel, you think, actually, was that down to the comfort of the bed, or was it just that it was so much warmer or whatever? But you know, certainly sometimes you go to a hotel, hopefully a lovely hotel wherever you've gone on holiday, and you just think, what a relief. You can almost feel a relief, almost like you've been in constant pain. You get into a strange bed, even if you're staying with friends or something like that, and suddenly think, oh, that's a relief.
Yes, and that's a little worrying, isn't it?
It
if
is a
you're
bit,
achieving that, okay, some of it might be able to do with relaxing away from home and the normal sort of routine. But if your own bedroom isn't a haven of rest and, you know, somewhere really special that you can relax and wind down, then something's obviously very wrong, isn't it? Because it is just so important to get a good night's sleep. It's so vital to our health and well-being.
It certainly is, isn't it? And as long as possible, you do so much feel better, don't you, for having the right sleep.
It's not just about that now, though. The researchers are finding out all sorts of conditions that are related to poor sleep quality, and it's very much a feature of modern day life these days. We seem to have squeezed sleep down to the bare minimum and certainly don't pay much attention to achieving sleep quality. And it's linked with everything from obesity to heart disease to diabetes, you know, to intelligence and performance and memory. So, you know, all this information is coming through all the time. It isn't just about feeling tired anymore.
It is so important. So if we run through the checklist, the things that we should check, the crucial things that we should check first. First thing, is the bed 10 years old or more? I think a lot of people watching now will, you know, and I have to say we changed ours just last year, so I'm all right on that score. But I think a lot of people now will think, I wonder how old my bed is. I bet maybe it's 15 or more years old. Maybe you've possibly changed a mattress in that time. But I know for a lot of young couples starting out, they may have had someone's old donated mattress.
Yes, I mean, that's often the case. And, you know, that's not terrific for
that's
starters,
not a good,
is
no,
it?
that's not
Because
a good start, is it, really, I suppose?
It will have moulded to somebody else's shape and needs over, you know, depends obviously on the age.
Plus, of course, you've got all of the nasties that live within the mattress.
Not brilliant hygienically.
Longer term, there's a big colony of things like dust mites and other things that do naturally live in mattresses. And actually, in terms of the way mattress design has gone, that can be combated to some degree in the technology that's used these days.
That's right. There are a number of products, both in terms of mattress covers for beds and also things that are integrally designed into the mattress, which are aimed to combat dust mites. But I don't think they can be completely eliminated because the things that dust mites love, which is a warm, humid climate with lots of skin scales, it is quite difficult to eliminate, even with a really sort of good cleaning regime. So,
but you can steam clean and things like that now, can't you? Which actually we would never have thought about, even say 10 years ago, really. And it's something that happens in hospital environments, etc., isn't it?
That's right, yes. And good care of your bed will obviously prolong its life to a certain extent.
So let's work our way through this checklist then. So is the bed 10 years old or more? So we tick yes or no. What's that for you, for instance? Do you ever wake up with a neck or a backache? Now, that's not just down to your pillow, is it? And we'll be discussing our pillows a little bit more later with Nick, who's come in, who Amy's talking to in a wee while. But that can be down. Backache and posture is about how your bed carries you almost,
Absolutely.
isn't it?
One of the key points about the mattress is it's there to support your body. And, you know, when you're asleep, your muscles completely relax. You go into a sort of physical state of paralysis in some cycles of sleep, so you don't enact your dreams. And, you know, so the bed has to support you properly. And if it's too firm or too soft or sagging as it gets older, it's not going to hold your spine in its correct alignment anymore. And that will exacerbate any kind of weakness you might have.
And actually, in the bed buyer's guide that the Sleep Council produces, it does actually show you, there's a diagram, isn't there, of the exact position that you should sleep in. Because actually, is it that your spine should be in alignment, really?
That's right. When you're lying on your side, it should be roughly sort of straight.
Yes.
But that obviously means if you're lying on your back, the bed has to cushion you as well to support the hollows and dips, and because you know your body isn't a straight plank, obviously. So But the support you get will vary obviously on your build, your weight, your height, and your physical build as well. So there's lots of different mattresses of different tensions out there on the marketplace, and it is to a certain extent a bit of trial and error in order to kind of find the one that works for you. And comfort, the comfort element being of course very subjective.
Absolutely. How can people find out more? Because obviously we are pushed for time and I need another sleep. How can people find out more?
We have lots of information on our website at sleepcouncil.com.
Okay.
And that not only can you do the Bed MOT online there, we have another interactive site where you can go through a series of questions answers to try and determine what sort of bed you should be looking for, whether it should be a firm or a soft, that sort of thing. And also lots of tips and advice on how to get a better night's sleep as well.
Fabulous, which will be good to all of us. And actually, along with that will come your Bed MOT checklist as well, which I think everyone should get. Make sure you have a look on our website. I'll make sure we get everything onto our blog. Jessica, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Thank you for your time. And also thanks to our friends at Dreams as well, who sent us all of this lovely bedding, which is very, very soft and comfortable and gorgeous colours as well. We love it, we love it, we love it. So thank you so much.